The idea is here that we go through a greater transformation, that we begin to think of ourselves and of our families as completely self-sufficient, independent units in community with other like-minded people. That's really important here. The reason why I don't fear any of what's going on out there is because I've already done this in here. And we've already made that choice. We have already decided that our most important path in life right now is to self-sufficiency in as many areas and eventually all areas of our lives. And you can only be strong, independent, and a free human being, a free mensch, if you are actually self-sufficient, if you can provide for yourself and your family, if you have access to water, food, and the necessities in life. If you can provide for that without having to go to a store or relying on a structure or system outside of you, then you're truly free. For our family, that's the most important path, to create and maintain and expand that. So, because the enemy does hold all the keys in the matrix system, we need to create our own systems outside of it. And to a certain extent, people are already doing this. Of course, people will say, but I don't have enough money, I don't have enough this. Listen, you have to stop arguing for your limitations and step outside of that comfort zone and start thinking a little bigger. We are not free human beings unless we can do these things, unless we have access to the most basic needs and we can provide for ourselves. That means we might have to take up new skills. We might have to learn new things. We might have to let go of some of the luxuries that we believe are necessary but really aren't, and focus some of the necessities that really are important. Because we will not be loving, peaceful, kind, and healed winners if we are starved to death, if we are physically, mentally, and spiritually depleted. So we can't look at this as a conventional war or conventional battle. We have to look at this from a consciousness level and then drop through the physical levels from that standpoint. And so in order to really create something new, we need to be strong on all levels. We need to be stronger than we've ever been. We actually need to strengthen every aspect of us. The spiritual, the mental, psychological, physical, everything. We need to be on top of our games. And why this is so challenging is because the world currently is trying to bring you down to the lowest level you've ever been. All the measures in place that so many people are experiencing around the world in various forms. Some are completely locked down again in their houses, can't leave. This does not promote health. It breaks you down psychologically, it breaks you down physically. So you have to step up and be extra intensive on that care, on your physical, spiritual, mental, psychological health. This needs to be a top priority if you want to walk out of this not just a winner, but actually a peaceful leader for a new kind of world. And I'm not talking the world economic world, the crazy world. I'm talking about a real beautiful new kind of world. And so we need to look at the most basic needs that we have as spiritual beings and as physical beings, and then begin asking the questions, how do we meet those needs for ourselves, for our families, and those that depend on us, our children or our elders? Those are really important questions. So the reason why we have spent much of 2021, aside from being in this beautiful community with you all, we have spent much of 2021 or invested in peace of mind and in preparation for a time where we might not want to participate in any of the matrix systems anymore. I'm talking anything, whether that's going to the grocery store, whether that's going to see a health practitioner that's in the system, or none of that. So think about that. It isn't so much that we believe that there's going to be a long-term collapse of the system. That's not sustainable for anyone. There's going to be some discomfort there. There's going to be some shortages. We're sure that's going to happen. But the idea is going to be to either you comply and you get access to it, or you don't comply and your access is going to be revoked. And we're already seeing this in areas, right? We're already seeing this in areas of the world where people cannot work anymore. People are going to be cut off from being able to work or being able to shop or being able to go to health practitioners, doctors, whatever. And so that's all going to be done by you either comply or you won't get access to it. And as I've said, the solutions and the winning is happening on many different levels. And tribe, let me tell you something. These regimes have already put laws into place, have already put camps into place. People that are not complying long term, they want them to be in quarantine camps. In some countries, they already have already set it up. Most countries already have those camps set up, but not dedicated yet, a lot of them. So make no mistake, there is no turning back for the enemy here. The enemy's not going to turn back. But there's way more of us. We're way stronger. We have the divine spirit on our side. We have the divine spirit within us. And it's as simple as that. You need to stop living in fear and thinking from the old matrix mind and living in the old matrix heart that told you if you just go along and do what you're told, everything's going to be fine, you're going to be taken care of, and everything's going to be rosy. That is gone. You need to be a warrior now, not a violent warrior. The best warriors are those who never have to fight. Because a true warrior is spiritually, physically, mentally, on all levels, evolved, trained, prepared, strong. And so the battle in itself is simply a measure of last resort and always non-offensive, always defensive. The true warrior, the true meaning of a true warrior never goes out and picks a fight. The warrior will only ever, as a measure of last resort, use self-defense to end violence, to end oppression. That's so clear. That is only legitimately used when your intention from your heart is to end the violence that is being brought to you. That is legitimate. Then self-defense is there to end violence. It's a legitimate tool. It's what true warriors do. But a real warrior does not go out and pick a fight, does not go out and start wars. It's simply not what real warriors do. But we need to unleash that lion warrior within us and become very strong. Hey, this is John Nolan. Thanks so much for watching. You can watch the full live stream on this topic by clicking on the link in the description.